Slachel, Nik-ko-te St Tulalip Lushootseed Department Middle School. Good afternoon, my name is Nikki St. Most people know me as Miss Nikki. I am a teacher at Tota Middle School. Pədyəhubtxⵡ sčətxվəd ʔəsčal. Jerry Canham. This story was told by Jerry Canham. Altudi tu hawk squwad ʔəsčal. A long time ago, Bear had a younger cousin, Rabbit. Altich oat slachel ututub tiʔiļ sčətxвəd ʔəsčal. Ŭətļ at tiʔiș. One day Rabbit said to his older cousin Bear, "Let's play the bone games." Lushootseed at tiʔiș ʷəcəlis tiʔiʔ slachel altqui llupatub. A bill chuff flutes oldubs thas ista chwlab atqui dxwl. Hoi a bill chud llu soldubitsid as ista chwlab at dxwl. The contest will decide what the weather will be. If you beat me, then you shall have things your way, but if I beat you, I shall have things my way. Hoi llwuqwad at tiʔiș. Tutsu tiʔiș. Tulalip at tiʔiļ squwad. Tulalip hoi llwuqwad olgwa. Tuggwadil tiʔiș eat alichup gwol tuggwadil tiʔiļ ʔəsčal di alichup. So we shall play the bone games, said Bear. We will sing our own songs. So they played the bone games. Bear sat on one side of the fire, and Rabbit sat on the other. Tulalip ʔəsčal at tiʔiļ squwad. Tulalip tiʔiļ sṭilibs. Tulalip tiʔiļ sṭilibs. Tu behwed tiʔiļ shout alti sṭilibs. Payʔac tiʔiļ sqigʷəd tiʔiļ stas. As ista tiʔiș sṭilib at tiʔiļ ʔəsčal. As ʔətl sqigʷəs as. Rabbit sang his song. His song came from downstream. As he sang his song, he shook the bones. He called out for ice and cold weather. That was Rabbit's power song. He wanted it to be cold. Tulalip tiʔiļ sčətxвəd at tiʔiļ squwad. Payʔac tiʔiș sqigʷəs. Now the bear sang his power song. He called for the cloud so that it wouldn't get cold. Tulalip at tiʔiș gwol Tulalip tiʔiļ ʔəsčal. Tchadi tiʔiļ sčətxвəd alti itabac. ʷəcəldiʔ quichalis at tiʔiș. Tulalip tiʔiļ ʔəsčal. They played the bone games, and Rabbit won. Bear pointed and guessed which hand the bone was in. Rabbit won. Hoi uqaf ut əsil alti sqafs. dxwl ista at itabac. Then it froze up. It became cold when it froze. This is why we have freezing cold weather. Tskigŵəd. That's the end. Any questions or anything about the story? Landon?
What did they get the powers for, and how could they control the weather?
I don't know. They were just playing a game, and that's the song that he sang for. I think maybe he was singing to the creator, maybe.
Maybe he's in heaven.
Yeah.
And then his brother.
And his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this little guy.
Well, what did you have a question?
Probably like the bunny liked cold because he had more fur, and the bear didn't because he didn't have that much fur.
The rabbit had more fur than the bear? Yeah.
So the bear couldn't be warm, and the bunny could be warm. Well, he wanted it to be cloudy so it could be all cozy and warm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the bunny could be in that one because he would be too hot because he has fur.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't the bear have fur too?
A little
But
bit.
he's bigger, huh? So he's got a lot more body to warm up. Alright, so now I'm going to tell a story of Rattlesnake. This story was told by my late uncle Tiatmis, Raymond Moses. Altúdi tú hawk, tas łathlyl tiʔiļ sqigświəd, ŝakabac alti spadil. Ŝakabac alti spadil tiʔiļ stobj, ati sqigświəd. A long time ago, Rattlesnake lived on top of the mountain. There was a man on top of the mountain with Rattlesnake. And it started to get cold and snow. Tu bakwabil gwol tūtl. Lugwad ʔəsčal tiʔiļ stobj. And this man started walking down the mountain. Tu ŵətļ tiʔiļ sqigświəd. ʷətļ ʔəsčal ʔəsčal tūtsu ti stobj. Hoi as ʔitabc ti dxwuleșucid sčətxվəd. Hoi bala ʔəsčal ti stobj. The rattlesnake asked the man, "Can you please help me? I'm cold." The man told him, "Nope. I know what you are. You are no good. You're poisonous." And the man continued down that mountain. Bala ʔabac hoi gwol bala ʔagwasbid ti sqigświəd. Bawilq tiʔiļ sqigświəd. ʷətļ ʔəsčal ʔəsčal hoi tu hoi ti stobj. So he started walking down the mountain and he came across the rattlesnake again. And again the rattlesnake asked, "Can you please help me? I'm cold." But the man refused and continued down the mountain. Then he came across Rattlesnake again. Bawilq tiʔiļ sqigświəd. Rattlesnake asked, "ʷətļ ʔəsčal dxwulešucid ʔəsčal?" Yes, can you please help me? I'm very cold. I won't bite you. ʔəsčal tiʔiļ stobj ʔəsčal tu ʔəsčal ati dxwulešucid sčətxվəd təkʷtəkվəlus. The man was angry now and he said, "No, they told me about you. You are no good. You're poisonous. I don't believe you." Bala ʔəsčal bos ʔəsčal. He continued down the mountain, and 4 times now he came across the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake asked, "ʔəsčal dxwulešucid swuqʷad. ʔəsčal tūbj dxwulešucid sqigʷəc yobil. Please help me. I'm so cold and tired. I won't bite you. Just carry me down the mountain. I don't want to die." Ushabid ti stobj ʔəsčal ob tluatubc dxwulešucid hoi ʔəsčal hoi quadatab tiʔiļ sqigświəd ti stobj bala ʔəsčal algwa. The man felt bad for the snake and said, "All right, I'll take you down to the bottom of the mountain, but you better not bite me." So the man picked up Rattlesnake and continued down the mountain and carried him to where he could warm up and thaw out. Alquishlachil algwa dxwulešucid ʔəsčal ti stobj ati sqigświəd. Just as they got to the bottom of the mountain, Rattlesnake bit him. The man said, "ʔəsčal tubc dxwulešucid gwol dxwi gwol ʔəsčal. ʔəsčal qiślad sa adisil." He said, "You bit me. I carried you down the mountain and you bit me? How mean can you be?" The rattlesnake told him, ʔəsčal ʔəstabad ʔəsčal. Yes, you knew what I was when you picked me up. tiʔiļ, that's the end. Anybody have any questions about that story? Lola? When the man picked the snake up?
He picked it up and it was an animal and
it was a snake.
So mean.
The man
He
picked up a rattlesnake.
For him and he blew a fire and he only.
Landon?
What's a rattlesnake?
A rattlesnake is a
it
poison.
poisonous?
It's a poisonous snake, and they call it a rattlesnake because at the end of the tail it makes a sound like a rattle, and that's how you know it's gonna strike you.
Maybe he should have trusted him.
He shouldn't have trusted him. He should have trusted
How did
his
he
gut.
bite him?
Because he picked him up and carried him down the mountain.
Well,
That wasn't nice, but he knew what he was before he picked him up, though, right? ʷətļ.
tskigʷəc. Why did you pick that story?
Because my uncle told it, and just for me, it's like meant for like alcohol and drugs, and my mom died of an overdose. So
I thought that too when I heard it. I was like, it's an excellent story of learning to say no and watching out for things that can bite you. Just a tale of love.
Nancy,
yeah.
did the tail bite him?
No, the snake did.
I don't know.
What's so ransom last week? Why did the song ransom last
Angel seed stud. I'm a teacher assistant at ʔəsčal for the Lushootseed language. And this is a drum that my son made when he was 8 years old. He's 20 now, but I was gonna cover it and repaint it, but I was like, no, that's his art. I'll leave it on there. So I'm gonna sing a song, which I sing to my kids. It's one that I enjoy to sing. It's about birds. It's called Eagle, Owl, Blue Jay, given to us by Stan Jones Sr. And all Tibos. This is actually sang in salmon ceremony, and there's a dance that goes with it, and it's for the girls. And so they get out on the floor, and they soar around like little birds, and then when the hard beat hits, they twirl. And so that's how the song goes. All right, all Tibos. will tell you a story about a Lady Louse. Now, Lady Louse, there's different meanings behind this story from what I've read. The reason why it was put together by Lizzie Christ was she wanted to restore our gatherings, but the longhouse was so dirty. So she went down there with her little broom, and she went to go sweep up the longhouse to get it prepared to have more gatherings and for us to get together as a people. But she just was kind of overwhelmed with how much she had to do with just, back then the brooms weren't as good as they are today, and she just had one little broom to get this whole big place ready to house us and start restoring our culture and restoring our language and restoring us being together. And so that was that part of it. And other people have interpreted it as thinking like, because this is about piles of dirt, right? So there's lots of piles of dirt all over, like in our lives. And sometimes they start piling up and piling up and piling up and piling up, and then, but we got to learn to clean those up before they cover us completely. So, and that's what happened to Miss Lady Louse. She poof, disappeared because she let everything pile on top of her until she was gone. And so, here we go. ʔəsčal. 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 Lady Louse lived there in the big house, and there she is in the window. Lady Louse had no friends. She had no family. She had nobody. So she grabbed it and she picked it up and she began to sweep this big house. sčətxվəd. There was a lot of dirt. So she was cleaning up dirt everywhere. Just as she got to the middle of the house, so she's starting to get covered in all those piles, right? They're starting to build up all over the house. She got lost. So she's lost in all of her dirt. That was the end of Lady Louse. So it's a very short story, and that's the first one that I was able to get into my memory, but I hope to have many more. This next one is Grandmother Cedar. It's told by Johnny Moses and illustrated by Marissa Sylvester. And it's a story about how we take care of our elders, or our elders. Because our elders took care of us when we were little. They told us they're the ones that we need to respect to carry our stories, learn our traditions, learn our songs. And without them, none of this would be preserved. We wouldn't have our language anymore, and we wouldn't have our traditions, and we wouldn't have our culture. So it took some brave elders to keep this and to keep our traditions alive. And so I respect this story because it tells how Grandma took care of Baby Cedar, and then Babysitter in turn took care of Grandma when she got old. There was a Grandmother Cedar. She was very lonely. She cried because she was so lonely. Kayə payʔac dai ʔəsxekab ʔəsxab yeche de ʔəsxekab. Creator heard her cries and felt her loneliness, so Creator sent her wind. Asludub tiʔiʔ quis ashabs go asqalabut. All ti ʔəsxekabs hoi ashoyabat uyabitab, sorry. Iti shaksiab ti ʔəsčal. So Creator sent the wind, and look what he sent on the wind. There's a little baby tree there, right there. The wind came and brought a seed. This seed was a baby cedar tree. This made Grandmother Cedar very happy. ʔəsluthchasab tiʔiș go ʔəslichiltu all pədyəhubtxŭ payʔac tia pədyəhubtxŭ dai tashiith payʔac. She now had someone to take care of. When baby Cedar began to grow, Deer loved to chew on him. Grandmother protected him from the deer. He was so happy, so he grew bigger. sčətxʷəd all sqigʷəc payʔac təkʷtəkʷəlus all sqigʷəc squwad təkʷtəkʷəlus all kayə payʔac swuqŭad quatubs sqigʷəc təkʷtəkʷəlus tiʔiļ. Okay, sometimes the wind was too strong, so Grandmother Cedar would hug and protect him so that he would not break. He was so happy, so he grew bigger. Ability spoke alik o lobtube si kayə payʔac hoi quiguas kosuks die heath hoi hak tiʔiļ. So the wind came, and Grandmother Cedar put her branches around little baby Cedar to protect him from the wind so that he wouldn't bend and break. Sometimes the sun was too hot, so Grandmother Cedar protected him from it so he would not burn. This made him so happy, so he grew bigger. Hoi ala hekub ʔəsčal tiʔiș hoi təkʷtəkʷəlus kayə payʔac to all quis hate qui ʔəsquastubs die heath hoi hak tiʔiļ. So Grandmother Cedar would extend her branches over little baby Cedar so that the sun would not burn him anymore. So that way he could grow bigger. She protected him. Sometimes Grandson Cedar got so lonely, so Grandmother Cedar called the birds to sing to him. This made him so happy, so he grew bigger. Abil tiʔibac hoi ʔəsčal squwad kayə payʔac to all quis sṭiļ die heath hoi hak tiʔiļ. So Grandmother Cedar called the birds so that they can sing to him. Wonder what kind of songs they would sing to him, huh? Grandmother Cedar was older now. Grandson Cedar was grown now. So he protected old Grandmother Cedar now. He told her, you took care of me, so now I will take care of you. Si kayə payʔac sqigʷəc tiʔibac payʔac hoi təkʷtəkʷəlus kayə payʔac sub təkʷtəkʷəlus chuf hoi chud llw təkʷtəkʷəlus. And that's tiʔiļ. So Grandmother Cedar took care of her grandson so well that grandson, when he got big enough, he took care of Grandmother Cedar so that nothing bad would happen to her either. The end.
Oceana Alday, Tulalip Lushootseed. Hi, my name is Oceana. I am Tulalip and I'm Quinal. I teach down at Tella with some preschoolers, and they're some of my favorites. So the first story I'm going to tell ļuhohtbūsļachad ati swuqŵad itsi sqigŵəd. So the first story I'm going to tell is Loon and Deer, Uabi Tubush, Si Takshablu by Hilbert shared the story with us. Alturi Tuhak, a long time ago, Laulus sias sqigŵəd iti swuqŵad. Padzatush. So a long time ago, there was Deer and Loon, and they were traveling by water. So tiʔiЛ, here is their canoe, and they were going out hunting for duck. Utsuti swuqŵad, ʔəsčal tiʔiЛ əsil utsuti sqigŵəd. And so Loon asked Deer, "Hey, do you see those people at the shore?" And Deer says, "No, wait." But utsuti sqigŵəd, ʔəsčal tiʔiЛ əsil ʔəsčal alturi təkʷtəkʷəlus. As haidub ati swuqŵad stikayut tiʔiЛ squwad. Utsuti sqigŵəd, squigwad is shoe. And so Loon asked Deer again, "Hey, do you see the people at the shore? They're walking all the way over there." And so because Loon knew that there were wolf brothers over there, and Deer said, "I don't see them." ļuhohtbūsļachad askisaf tiʔiЛ stikayut alta. And so when they arrived, when they arrived at the shore, the wolf brothers, they were standing there waiting. Tub at tiʔiЛ stikayut təkʷtəkվəlus. ŭətл ties swuqŵad, ŭətl twalquis aslilu altikълbid. And so the killer, oh my goodness, the wolf brothers, they grab the canoe, and swuqŵad, Loon right here, he skips out of a little hole. Utsutap tia sqigŵəd tiʔiЛ stikayut sqigŵəd dgwi tia llus ʔəsčal. And so the wolf brothers, when they told Deer, and they said, "Hey, you are going to be my food. Dgwi qui llus ʔəsčal. You are our food." Tulalip Lushootseed Storytelling, ļuhohtbūsļachad. And so they were getting ready to go to bed, and they told Deer, "You're going to tell us a story." Tulalip uitutaf tiʔiʔ uitutaf tiʔiʔ payʔac təkʔtəkվəlus tiʔiЛ. And so when Deer was telling them a story, she was saying the honorable ones, they're going to sleep. And she kept on repeating that over and over again. And then the wolf brothers, they closed their eyes. Tulalip sqigŵəd to Tulalip to ʔilaguil. And so Deer, she ran down to the shore, and she was running, and she hopped into the canoe to east to Laulus. Was assured tiʔiЛ tiʔiḻ. can't read upside down. llida lliditub tiʔiļ open at tiʔiļ sticks to kayu. And so when she went down to go and paddle, she did not see the tabiļ. She did not see the rope. And so she wasn't able to escape with the canoe. Sqigŭəd at tiʔiļ sticks to kayu. And so the wolf brothers, they grabbed the rope and brought the deer back. Siap oi ashud quistab ulaquatab sia shabab sqigŭəc tiʔiļ sticks to kayu. And so here is Flounder, and Flounder's watching the poor little deer be eaten up by the wolf brothers. Ŭətļ at siap oi tia ʔəsčal at sia shabab sqigŭəc ʔəsčal. And so the flounder, she's seen the guts of deer and put it on just like a backpack. Gwahawa ushudub ati dokwibal utsu hlu chaba chaf atis atats sqadzach gwal dagwi hot chaf hlup oi hlus atle chaf twa qui atil habu. And so Creator, he arrived and he's seen what Flounder done. So he says, you're gonna wear a backpack on your back for the rest of your life. And that's the end. Any questions? No? So I've asked this too before, and I know with like the flounder towards the end, it's supposed to lead off to another story, but it's also why flounders, like how they are today, they're kind of like flat on their back. And then the next story I'm gonna tell is təkʔtəkվəlus sqigʷəc. It's gonna be about Owl and Chipmunk. So I'll tuħaq. A long time ago, a slášľil síč at us itzi kayas squat seed stats at síč at us. So a long time ago, there lived a child and her grandmother. Chipmunk was the name of that child. ŵəcəldiʔ ŵətļ at sea or tiʔiș. And so every day they would go out berry picking, and they would grab a basket. And every single day the grandmother tell her granddaughter, so she says, you watch out for the owl lady. And then one day itabac sqigʷəc will ŵətļ at sea or ŵətļ at sqigʷəc sṣpəch. So one day the chipmunk, she went out berry picking and grabbed a basket. When she was picking from the bush, she would count every single berry. Sڵadəyʔ So with every berry, she'd pick it and she'd eat it. And she would count it. She goes, one berry, and then she eats it. Two berries, and then she eats it. And then she eats it. And then and then she's on her fourth berry and she eats it. So she keeps on doing that. She's enjoying her berries. ʔəsčal. And then when she was too busy picking the berries and eating them, Owl Lady arrived. And Owl Lady, she's very mean,
and she's very hungry. She might be a little hangry too, who knows. And so Owl Lady says, ʔəsčal. And so Owl Lady says, come here, little chipmunk. Your dad wants you. squad bad. I don't have a dad. And so Owl Lady is thinking, and she's like, okay, she doesn't have a dad. Let me try mom. Let me try to see if she has a mom. So she says, so she says, come here, little chipmunk. Your mom wants you. So Chipmunk says, I don't have a dad, I don't have a mom. So ŵətļ, so she asked Chipmunk, she says, come here, little Chipmunk, your auntie wants you. And Chipmunk doesn't have auntie, so Chipmunk says, I don't have an auntie. So Chipmunk doesn't have a dad, doesn't have a mom, doesn't have an auntie, so she tries to ask about her uncle. So she says, come here, little Chipmunk, your uncle wants you. Chipmunk doesn't have an uncle, so she says, I don't have an uncle. So Owl Lady's thinking, she's going through all the family members, and she's like, no dad, no mom, no uncle, no auntie. So she's like, let me try my grandparents. So she says, come here, little Chipmunk, your grandpa wants you. So she says, I don't have a grandpa. So at this point, sčətxվəd, tiʔiЛ, and so that owl lady, she was getting so mad right now. She was getting so mad then, and so she was like, hey, well, so she says, okay, go away. Your grandma wants you, and go home. And so Chipmunk's like, oh, kayə, my grandma. So she's okay, I'm gonna go home now. Tulalip sqigʷəd. And so Chipmunk, she starts running away. And ʊtalip təkʷtəkվəlus. So Chipmunk's running away, and Owl Lady's running after her. And she was trying to grab her, but she ends up missing, or she tries to grab her and she jumps on her back, and she ends up scratching Chipmunk's back. And that's why to this day chipmunks have stripes on their back. That's the end. Any questions?
What do you think would have happened to Owl if she would have caught little Chipmunk?
I think she would have ate her.
So
Owl.
Kind of good, she only got scratches, right?
Yeah. Owl Lady kind of reminds me like of another version of like the basket lady. But then I don't know, it also reminds me like something like, you know, kids can associate, because like we don't know what basket lady looks like, but we can imagine like a really huge owl. Anything else? Okay. We thank you guys for watching online and in person. Payʔac.